Hello everybody and welcome to today's video all about this new Reolink Atlas PT Ultra camera with the solar panel. I was able to mount this camera at the back of our bus because we already have a camera at the front of the bus that does auto tracking, and this camera also has auto tracking. It's focused very intensely on me right now, but it will automatically follow motion anywhere around. If it sees something in the field of view, it will follow the motion. So I also have Quill running around. Quill is our new dog. He's running around on the ground right now. So the camera may pick that up and auto track on the dog and move around to follow its movement. A lot of times I start out these videos with an unboxing video, but let's face it, you guys have all unboxed things. That was exciting back in the day when nobody got stuff in the mail, but everybody gets stuff in the mail 2 or 3 times every day. So it's not that big of a deal anymore. And plus I did accidentally delete the footage that I shot of unboxing this camera. So that's gone. It's all installed. It's totally wireless. It's running on Wi-Fi and solar power. It has a big battery inside that will run for a long time, and it's being maintained by the solar panel. So I don't have to run any data cables, any power cables, nothing like that through the bus. This is completely wireless. The only wire that you see is just a wire right here that goes up to the solar panel, and that's it. These Reolink cameras are super easy to install. I took about 20 minutes to do this one. It took a little bit of thinking. I always install my Reolink cameras in an unconventional way because I have a school bus. This is not going on a building or a house or something like that. This is going on my school bus, so it's a little bit different than mounting it on a house or something like that in a fixed location. Here's a bit of a closer look at the camera. You can see it has the Wi-Fi antenna right here. It could be pointed any direction. And I have it mounted here at the back of the bus. My Wi-Fi router is all the way up at the front of the bus, and I think it may be a little bit far to reach this camera. Then up above, we have the solar panel from Reolink. I have 2 of these. There was one on the front of the bus powering the other auto tracking camera, and then this one is here powering this Atlas PT Ultra. It's a really sleek design. I really like the look of it. It performs really well. Hey, Quill. Quill, what you doing? Oh, there he is. There's the buddy. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Arr. I'm gonna get you, Quill. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna pull up the footage from the Atlas camera, and that way you can see what it looks like when it's capturing the motion from Quill chewing on bushes over here. I also want to mention that today is Black Friday. Follow my link in the description of this video and you can find my discount code. You can find a better price on this camera than is even given on Black Friday. You can double it up and get a really good deal on one of these cameras. They're super affordable. One of the best cameras on the market. It's my favorite camera by far that I've been using for security cameras to watch over our property, to watch over our bus, and to stay safe when we're not around it. That's my favorite thing about it, is I even have a camera inside where I can keep an eye on the dog, see what he's doing. If he's freaking out, which he never does, he's really good, but we can keep an eye on him and make sure he's okay. But we can also keep an eye on whether or not there's people outside, maybe considering doing something to our bus, stealing something from the bus. We don't want any of that, so the Reolink cameras are awesome for that. We can always keep an eye on it from any remote location. Through Wi-Fi, I can pull it up on the app on my phone and easily see exactly what's going on in real time, and pan, tilt, zoom, and see a wide angle of everything that's going on. It's really freaking awesome. I'm gonna go inside because it's freaking cold out here, and I'm gonna show you what the footage looks like, how it works with the app, and we're gonna go inside the bus where it's nice and warm. You may hear a little bit of a sound over here. That's my diesel heater pumping out nice warm air into the bus. So now I'm gonna go inside the bus and I'm gonna show you a few more features of this awesome Atlas camera. This is a fun game that me and Quill like to play. It's called I'm Gonna Get Ya. I'm Gonna Get Ya. It is so cool having an off-leash dog. He's pretty good around the property. He's not got perfect recall where he'll come back to me every time I call him. We're really working on that a lot, but he's doing pretty dang good. Heel. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, that's a good buddy. Break. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Arr. Heel. That's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. That's a good buddy. That's a good boy. Sit. Down. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Shake. Yeah, good boy. Good boy, buddy. Down. Good boy. This is the inside of the back of our bus. This is the master bedroom with the king size bed. And the camera that I was showing you is just on the other side of this wall on the back of the bus, right in the center, so I can see everything on both sides, passenger, driver side. It goes really well back there, and I can see a large view all over the back of the bus and around the sides. So down the side here, this is where the Argus track camera is mounted, facing out the side of the bus. The Argus track camera is mounted just above this door. It can see all around here and also around the front of the bus. And then inside the bus here, this is Quill's little place that he can sleep, his little food storage, food bowl, water bowl, and a basket for all of his toys and everything, training materials, leashes and stuff. And then we have a Duo 2 from Reolink right here. We have this little hat on it so that when we are in the bus and we're living here, like when we're here, we don't want this thing looking at us. So we just take this hat, flop it down. And then I also have a Wi-Fi switch that this camera is on, and I can turn it off completely, but I still don't want to see it. So when we leave the bus, we just take this little hat, flip it up like this, and it stays up there nice, and we can see everything that Quill is doing inside the bus. If we turn around, we can see him, we can hear him, see if he's doing anything or in danger or bothered or anything like that. So it's really great to keep an eye on Quill. One thing I'm going to be doing with this camera is instead of mounting it here, I'm going to use this little door right here, and I'm going to mount it inside. We have this little door, and it's not being used for anything, so I'm going to make a little box, so that way when we're here, we can close the door, and I can turn off the Wi-Fi switch so the camera's off, but when we're gone, we could just flip it up. I'll make a little clip to hold this open, and then that'll be our little doggy cam. We'll be able to keep an eye on it. And then another thing I was kind of thinking about is that Quill likes to sleep under our bed, so I may put a Reolink camera under the bed in the storage area. Hey, Quill, where you at, buddy? He's under the bed right now, and you can't even see. Oh, there's his little ears. He's looking up right there. Where is he? There he is. What you doing, buddy? So I may put a camera down here under the bed just so I can check on him and make sure he's doing well, even when he's not in the view of the camera up front. Also, we haven't told anybody, but we painted our bus with the help of Molly Keen Art on Instagram. I'll put her tag on the screen. She was the brains behind this operation, and we picked the colors, and I think it looks awesome. But I wanted to show you the location of this camera in case you had forgotten. This is the Reolink Argus track camera. It tracks all your moves. See the head following me around everywhere I move. The Atlas does the same thing and follows your movement, so nothing gets by this guy. It is pretty awesome. So we have this one here, and then around here at the back of the bus, let me just walk around so you can see the relationship to the position of the first one. There's the Atlas. That's the Atlas camera at the back of the bus, so we get a pretty good view of everything that's going on. I may put one on the driver's side because there's a bit of a blind spot like up in that front corner on the other side. So that might be something that I'm going to do in the future too, is add another little camera over there. But yeah, we got some pretty good coverage going on. Everything is being watched, and I feel very safe and secure with all of this tech keeping an eye on me. Okay, so now I'm going to be going through the app, and I'm going to be showing you the display from the camera and how it works on the outside of the bus through the app using point and tilt and all the playback features, auto tracking, all of those kind of things. And I'm going to be throwing up a screen capture right here on the side so you can see what I'm doing on my phone. I'm going to go ahead and open the Reolink app right here. Open that up. We'll get rid of that camera. We're going to go into the Reolink Atlas PT Ultra. This is the view that you can see out the back of our bus right now. And I'm going to open up PTZ. Now this camera only has pan and tilt. It does not have zoom. So I'll be able to do those things on this. And you can easily see that I can move it with the control pad. Move it over to face whatever direction I'd like. And you know, just see anything that I want on the side of the bus. It does rotate all the way around and all the way down. So say there's somebody messing with the back door of my bus, I can clearly see the whole back door of the bus, which is really cool. It's a little bit better than the Argus track. The Argus track is limited to how far it can tilt down. So this one has like full 360-degree view and can tilt all the way straight down, which is really cool. So I'm going to aim it back around. I don't use the control feature like this all that much because it's kind of hard to get it exactly where you want it, and then there's a delay, so you can't really get it centered. So I'm going to go into this next tab. The next tab shows the monitoring point. You can set a monitor point where you want the camera to face all the time, and then you can have it reset to that monitor point after a certain amount of time, 300 seconds. You can scroll this down, make it as quick as after 10 seconds. It picks up motion and starts following a dog around. You can have it return to the auto monitoring point after 10 seconds only, or up to 300 seconds. This next tab is the one that I use the most. Now this is preset points. On the preset points, it's very easy. I saved all of these points ahead of time, and all you got to do is one click and it goes right to those places. So now it's centered on the door facing straight down. Here's the passenger side view of the bus. Here's the center up view of the bus. Here's the driver side view of the bus. And then I have the driver side facing down. Then I have the passenger side facing down. So it'll go all the way around over to the passenger side. And this is the setting that I use for one of my favorite features on Reolink is the time-lapse features, is the sky view. I love taking time-lapse with my Reolink cameras, and it just works great. I love it. So that's one of the things that I do. I'll set it to the sky view and do a time-lapse for the sunrise, or if there's dramatic weather coming in, a storm's rolling in, I can do a time-lapse of whatever I'd like. It's really cool. And then over here, it will calibrate itself to make sure it's straight, up and down, and it has a calibration feature. So now I'm going to go to this bottom button called Playback. Playback is really cool because it records everything, and then you can have it mark whatever type of object it sees. So if you see a dog in the field of view, you can have it set up to detect animals, and it will highlight those videos and bookmark them for you. You could also have it set up to identify a human, or you can have it set up to identify a vehicle. So if you want any of those things, say you have it on your garage and it's facing out your driveway, and you want to be able to film if a car pulls into your driveway, it will auto detect vehicles and show them to you and record them in this playback feature. So we'll just go to one from earlier today and load it up. And of course, I'm looking at it in portrait mode. You can also rotate the screen and see it in widescreen with the bigger view as well. So this is me setting up my camera. You can see me just off the screen right there at the bottom, moving around. And now it's picked up my motion and it's focused on me. And you can see there's a box, a blue box around me because it's identified me as a person, and it's locked onto me and it's going to follow my motion around. So that's really, really cool feature about Reolink cameras. See, I'm looking at the camera just seeing if it's going to track me, and of course it does, and it follows me all around. It's really awesome. So I'm leaving the playback features. We'll go into the settings real quick. Actually, up here at the top, there's a couple things. So there is an alarm. You can click on the alarm and trigger a audible alarm from the camera. So say someone's getting close to your rig, they're looking sketchy, you can have it trigger an alarm, and it can do this automatically too. Say it's monitoring your backyard and nobody is supposed to be in your backyard. You can have this set up to have a motion light come on. There's LED lights, floodlights on the camera that will activate, and you can have an alarm. So let's see if we can hear it at the back of the bus. No, you can't really hear it. It's outside, so it's pretty quiet, but if there was somebody outside in the range of that camera, they would definitely hear that. So up here at the top, there's a little flashlight logo. You can click on that and it will turn on the floodlights for the area, on the camera, to light up the area that you're in. This is great at night. So say I'm coming home with groceries or something like that, I can easily flip on the floodlight and illuminate the area if it's really dark out and I can't really see much. Then I'm going to go into the gear. So this is the settings menu of the Atlas PT Ultra. Right here, when you go into the settings, you can see that it is at 77%. It's a little bit low right now. Usually it's at 100%, but I did a time lapse this morning at the sunrise, so that takes a little bit of energy, and it's bouncing back right now. When I woke up, it was down to about 60%, so it's caught up a lot, and it should be charged by the end of the day. Of course, you can get into your Wi-Fi, make sure that it's connected to your Wi-Fi router. Display features. You can have it flip horizontal if it's mounted in a different way. If you flip this camera upside down and you're mounting it vertically, you could do that. You can also flip it horizontal if you for some reason need a mirror image of it. Some of these settings I don't really use that much, like stream. I don't really mess with those. Anti-flicker, I don't really mess with either. Brightness, you can turn up how much light is detected from the camera. Like, I don't know if it messes with the aperture or something like that, but you can turn this up and down and see how bright you want to make your image. So see, if you're in a very dark place, so maybe you want to crank this up quite a bit, you can really turn the brightness way up. Or you can turn it way down if you're in an extremely bright area. So say everything's covered in snow, bright, sunny day, it might be a little too much. You could turn that brightness down. I usually leave it right in the middle. Then down here has the camera name in the bottom right. You can move it any place you'd like. And I usually like to turn it off, so I'm going to go ahead and hide that. I've had it on for the time-lapse features and the examples that I've shot with the camera, so you can see. That way it labels the camera and you know what kind of camera this is. The watermark, the Reolink logo in the top left, I'm going to turn that off as well. And I do like to have the date, but I like to have the date in the bottom left of the screen. So I'm going to move the date and the time down there, and it's kind of out of the way. Then you can also create a privacy mask. So if there's an area that you don't want it to be monitoring, you can block out a certain area so that it's not capturing that motion, trying to track it, and you can have privacy covering those areas. I'm not going to go through all of these settings because you'll be able to figure it out on your own. Sounds, you can actually turn off the audio on your camera so it's not recording audio, or you can have it turned on. Light, this is the motion light that I'm talking about. There is a status light on there. There's a little blue LED that stays lit so you know your camera's on just by looking at it, but you can turn that off if you want to be stealthy and you don't want any lights on it. And then the spotlight, you can turn that on. Over here is auto mode. This will automatically light up if it detects motion, and could be a deterrent, or it could just be a helpful thing for you if you like a light to come on when you're coming home from work or whatever that is. With the PIR motion sensor, it will send you push notifications. So say you know that there's nobody supposed to be around and you have it turned on, it will send you a notification as soon as there's motion in the area, and you can set its sensitivity as well. The detection alarm, This is where auto tracking is, one of my favorite features of Reolink cameras. As I showed you already, it will track around and follow motion. You can turn that off. You can change the type of tracking it's doing. If you only want it to track people or a vehicle or an animal, you can have it track just those things by clicking on this, and you can uncheck any of those boxes and narrow down the amount of footage that this camera is going to record for you. Motion mark is another one of those things. If it smartly detects a person, a vehicle, or a animal, it will mark those on your recordings so that you can easily find that type of footage. Siren, you can have it turned on. This is where you would turn on a siren if it detects motion, if you want an alarm to go off. If there's absolutely, say it's inside your house and you know nobody's in there, you can turn the siren on so they will trigger an alarm to do that. Of course, push notifications, email alerts. Down here is the time-lapse features. You can set it up to do any kind of time-lapse you want. It has all of these settings, so that's really nice. You could do a sunrise, a sunset very quickly, easily. These cameras are also capable of doing a time-lapse over a long period of time. Say you want to do a 6-month time-lapse because they're building a high-rise building across the street and you want to capture that. You can have it take one shot every day at the same time and you will see this building like quickly being built. That would be a really cool thing. We don't have anything like that here. Because I move my cameras around a lot, but especially if it's a fixed camera and it always stays in the same place, it would be cool to do a time-lapse like that. That pretty much covers it for the settings of the Atlas PT Ultra. There's a few more features on this camera that I would like to tell you about, but I'm going to let some footage roll of me training my dog and the camera tracking us out there while I tell you about these features. Features like full HD 4K resolution on this camera. Let's go to the video and I'll show you around a little bit and you can see everything that this camera can do.
Yo. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. That's a good buddy. Break. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Arr. What you doing, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? What you doing? Good boy. What are you doing? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I just want to tell you about some of the highlights of the Atlas PT Ultra camera from Reolink. It features 4K continuous recording, 96 hours on a single charge. It also has Color X night vision. It also has PIR trigger mode, 500 days of use using this mode. Inside there's also a 20,000 milliamp hour battery, featuring very long battery life. 360 degrees all-around security tracking. It's solar panel ready, dual band Wi-Fi 6 network. It can accommodate a 512 gigabyte micro SD card in the camera. The Reolink Atlas features long-lasting power. It's always on. Schedule your camera to record in 4K at your demand with the added flexibility and pre-recording of PIR trigger modes for greater battery efficiency. Color X recording, see in color, even at night. Experience vibrant, glare-free color video even in low light conditions. Our advanced Color X technology lets you see what's happening outside your home, day or night. It's bright as day in 4K, turning night into day. 2 times light intake, 2 times sensitivity, 4 times nighttime performance. 360 degree field of view with auto tracking, 555 degree pan and 90 degree tilt for comprehensive, blind spot free coverage and smart detection. Comprehensive protection for all needs. Easily operate all aspects of your daily life from our Reolink app. Enjoy stable connection and encrypted protection. Secure local storage. All recordings are stored securely and locally. Protect your footage from unauthorized access. Dual band Wi-Fi 6 connection. Enjoy a stable connection with our dual band Wi-Fi feature, ensuring uninterrupted streaming and recording. 6-watt solar panel capability. Extend the battery life further with seamless 6-watt solar panel compatibility. Effortless installation and setup. Eco-friendly and wallet-friendly. Get started in minutes. The eco-friendly Reolink Atlas PT Ultra is designed for easy installation, allowing you to set it up without any professional help. And that's just the beginning. There are so many more features, like smart home integration, live view and playback, IP65 weatherproof rating, smart notifications and defense, two-way audio, and more. So if security is a concern for you, I urge you to click the link in the description of this video so that you can get your hands on your own Reolink Atlas PT Ultra at a discounted rate. Today on Black Friday, use my promo code ytbpaul for an additional discount on your purchase. Go there now. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you to Reolink for sponsoring my channel and sending out this camera to me to review and test. I freaking love it. Until I see you again next time, I'll catch you in another video right down the road.